It's been 6 days since Khayalethu Magadla fell into an uncovered manhole in Soweto last weekend. Search and recovery teams appear to be using everything at their disposal, including technology, in order to try and locate the boy. ENC reporter Linda Gutle covering that story for us this afternoon. Joining us now live from Dlamini in Soweto. Kabache, good afternoon. What's the latest you can tell us? We saw from yesterday afternoon, round about this time, the search and rescue teams deploying robotics, using a robot machine as well, to help them locate the body of Khayalethu Magadla.
Well, 5 days, Braden, into the search and 6 days since the 6-year-old went missing. But the hope as well as the efforts from Emergency Management Service as well as South African Police Service continue. They are not freighting. They are saying that they'll continue with their search. They've promised their family that this will go on until they find something. But unfortunately, after 5 days, we haven't had anything positive for the family as far as, locating the 6-year-old is concerned. But there is some positive news in terms of the fact that now there are some contingencies that are being made in terms of that particular search. And one of those you mentioned was the, bringing in of the robotics to be able to go into places where some of the technicians would not be necessarily be able to go into. And this is because of some of the dangers that are, in some of those pipelines. But we want to bring in now the MMC for Public Safety, Lubabu David Tembe, just to get a sense really of some of the things that are ongoing here in terms of the operations. Thank you so much for joining us. First of all, you came here to honor that particular promise you've made to the family to say that you will continue until the boy is found. But one of the things that you are doing is to also, boost the morale of the men that are on the ground. Just take us through what you are doing here today.
Yes, today I am here to ensure that the firefighters, the rescue team, SAPS, are being taken care of for the job that they're doing. We are grateful for what they've done so far, and we'll make sure, as the department and as the city, that we find the body of, if ever it's a body of that child.
Just take us through what the report you've received is. We do know that robotics have been brought in to help, but at the same time, there has been a cleaning of that particular area where the pipes converge. But just take us through the update that you've received. Where are we in terms of this particular search?
There are some other holes whereby they are in the map, but they couldn't find them. But now we have find them. I think it's about 4 of them from where the child fell. So we're going to get the robotics that will be coming in here, because they can't go through. They have to build up a boat-like, whereby that robotic will be able to swim through this so that they can check in them. As we are speaking, they are busy with it right now. I'm waiting here. I'll have to see them so that we can go all together and see how we can handle that issue.
The EMS in Gauteng, in Johannesburg particularly, has been dealing with a lot of issues as far as these manholes are concerned. Yes, the issue of theft was mentioned, but at the end of the day, these are recurring issues, and we know that the people responsible for this is Johannesburg Water. Has there been engagements with them in terms of how to stop this? Because every now and then you get a situation where children are falling into these manholes, and unfortunately, in more instances than not, they are actually found dead. Have you been engaging with Johannesburg Water? What are they saying? What is their plan?
Yes, I've been engaging with Joburg Water, the MD, Mr. Mukwebo. And remember, in 2004, when the child fell in Dube, Karabogwala, I was the director of EMS. So I've got a bit of understanding of what is happening. So working with Joburg Water, we are trying to see how we can ensure that when a person interferes or break those manholes, we have a system whereby it will notify us so that we can respond immediately. But then we need the community to inform us that there is somebody who is breaking so that we can respond immediately. So if we can be able to ensure that everybody is safe, especially children, because they don't understand the issue of these manholes. But then ourselves as a city, we need to go all out on a campaign to ensure that we let the community know the dangers of the manholes.
Just very briefly, in terms of the fact that there is a family out there, they are waiting for the location of their son. They themselves have said quite painful words to say that they know by now that he might have passed away, but they just want a body. What is the message from the department really that is in charge of this search and rescue? What is the message again, perhaps, that you would tell them if they were to be listening right now?
Yeah, we'll do our best to ensure that we get the body. We won't move, we won't do anything else except to concentrate on finding the body. And our social department is busy ensuring that they give support to the family in terms of food or whatever they need. The city is doing their best to ensure that they are comfortable in taking care of the people who are paying them a visit to give them support.
Yeah, and just the last question from myself. It is on another issue. I know Xolan Fihle, the spokesperson for JMPT, has actually spoken about the details around that particular matter. But as the MMC for Public Safety, the issue of saying that there are 4 people that have been arrested because of links to human trafficking. Just tell us in terms of in Johannesburg, how big is this problem, and what does this mean now that there's an arrest of some of these people that are suspected to be involved in such crimes?
Yeah, it's not the first time that they've been arrested. We do arrest them. I got this from a member of, I think it was a legislature from a province, and then we sent our undercover unit, and they did the arrest. But then we want to send the message that human trafficking in Johannesburg must be the thing of the past. We are working very closely with SAPS because remember, we are force multiplier to the SAPS. It's not our core function as JMPD. Ours is crime prevention.
So how big is this issue in Johannesburg?
Yeah, it is big. It is big because people are afraid of reporting these issues. If you report it, then they come after you, and they've got no protection. So we need to design or come up with a plan whereby people are comfortable in reporting this type of issues.
All right, we'll have to leave it there for now. Thank you so much, Babu David Tembe. But more than anything, Praten, as we touched a bit on some of the developments as far as those arrests are concerned, there is still this issue of the 6-year-old Khayalethu Magadla, who is missing. He has been, they've been searching for him, but the message from the Public Safety MMC here is simply to say that they will not stop. They've promised the family that they'll support them in other means, but they will not stop until they, in fact, locate his body. And one of the things that is going to happen in the next couple of minutes is that particular process of the robotics, we understand that a device of a boat is being built to be able to navigate the terrain inside these pipes, but that will be taking place. But more than anything, the suspicion is that once that is cleared in a process of elimination, they'll then turn their attention to where we are, where the pipes converge, and this is where really they are suspecting that the body might have been carried to. So that particular search as well is continuing behind me. So hope is not lost as far as locating the body of the 6-year-old.
And yes, the painful weight of the family continues this hour. Thank you very much, Qabashe. That's Lindo Gutetulu there in Dlamini in Soweto, giving us the latest update of what's been happening. Rather, is in Soweto. I think is around the Klipspruit area. And after the young boy, Khayalethu, disappeared into a manhole last Sunday in the Dlamini area of Soweto.